What is good? We're back. Happy fucking Monday. All right, so I'm going to jump right into this one because we're short on time here today. So without further ado, I'm going to go right into it. Not going to skip a beat. We're short on time. So without further ado, I just said that. I just repeated myself 3 times. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. What is going on, mother truckers? Welcome back to another episode of the Shift Your Mind, Change Your Life podcast. This is your favorite online coach. Let's get it. So, beautiful clients here as always. Happy motherfucking Monday. Your boy had an absolutely fantastic leg session this morning. Client check-ins. We're feeling fucking juicy. So, title of today: Discipline equals freedom. I really want you guys to make sure that you're opening your mind as you listen to this episode. What we're going to be talking about is brief, straight to the point, and it will change your perspective on a lot of different things. Sophia, Bear, Casey, what is going on? Thank you guys for pulling up and spending some time with me here today. So, total commitment is the answer, and I'm going to break that down in this episode and why it's important to you and how it's going to help you unlock all the things you fucking want in your life, not just your fitness goals. So, context on that, the reason that I speak with so much conviction on the things that I talk about is because I've experienced all of them myself. And for those who have known me for a little bit are aware that I haven't always thought or been this way. If you're close to me, you're even further aware of that. I spent many years being like half in, and when I say half in, like I'm talking about like not being fully committed, whether that was personal relationships, right? I'm talking about like girls that I used to date, like being half in and not being all the way in was an issue that really led to a lot of other things that we're not going to cover here today. Okay. But just making the example that I want you to know, like I've also been there myself, and not going all the way in is the exact reason or problem, I should say, that is keeping you stuck from getting the things that you want. And you could apply this with your job, friends, relationships, all the things that I always talk about are so closely correlated, to not just your fitness goals, but your everyday being. And I really want you guys to sit in that for a moment, okay? And for my clients, you guys know that. That's why we're very big on integrity, like keeping your word and doing the shit you say you're going to do. Quick shout out to Bear. This guy has just been absolutely locked in. Sophia as well. Casey, all 3 of you guys. Now, is it a coincidence that all 3 of you right now who are on this live stream with me are seeing success in my program? Well, no, because you always show up for yourself. And that's the thing. That's literally the episode that I'm talking about today with you guys. That total commitment is freedom. Having discipline is freedom. It's doing all the things that you are supposed to fucking do, regardless of how you feel. So lessons. Now, this is going to be very short, okay? So 3 things that I want to give you guys here today that are going to help drastically improve your life, okay? Number 1, taking full responsibility. What does that mean? Regardless of what goes on, you own that. Right? So we can make the analogy, well, I'm only 5 minutes late for work. No, you're still late for work. Well, I got 3 workouts in and I was supposed to do 4. Well, you missed the mark. Now, there's a time and place for this. If you're complacent, then this is something that we definitely need to dig into 100%. But the reason I share this is because it's so important when you truthfully take 100% ownership of your actions and you take responsibility for that. It gives you a lot of peace and freedom, because then you could go to bed at night and say, you know what, I gave it 100% and there's really nothing else I could have said or done, and like for me, like regret sucks and I just don't want to experience that. And I don't want you to either. And it ties into the next point. Number 2, stop playing the victim. So that again, stop playing the victim. I think a lot of times, like, we want people to feel sorry for us for whatever reason. We want to like be coddled. We want to be held. And like, listen, I've been there too for a lot of my days. And it's just understanding the fact that mindset, that mentality, like no one is coming to save you. No one's going to be knocking on your door and saying that, hey, Casey, hey, Bear, we got to like get this done now. I mean, granted, if you have a coach, me, like obviously I'm going to hold you accountable to a standard, but at the end of the day, like no one's going to be doing the work for you. So like if you're sitting there like moping around, feeling sorry for yourself and expecting somebody to come save you, it's not going to happen. Because like for me, I spent a lot of time doing that. I was in like this mindset of like, I'm just going to grind myself into the ground. I actually made a post about that the other day when I was talking about Chelsea and like the year that we spent talking before, like we started dating. To make an example on that, I was like, I need to grind. I need to punish myself because I need to be this person. And like, like nobody deserves me. And like all this bullshit that I was just making up in my head because I felt like I was a victim to my circumstances. But in reality, I was just resistant to doing the work and actually trying to push past all my limiting beliefs and shit that I had in my head, and it was much easier for me to like make excuses and not take ownership. And that's the problem, because the more excuses that we try and make, and the more we're like, well, you don't understand, my boss, this and that, it was the traffic, it was my car. There's always going to be a fucking reason for you not to do the shit that you're supposed to do. But pushing past that is the secret to not only peace but also freedom and just enjoying your day-to-day activities. No one said it has to be a fucking chore all the time, and there's something to be said for that. Can you guys resonate with that at all? If you are and you're here with me live, let me know and drop some fire in the chat box. We're going to wrap this up really quick because your boy's got another call that I got to get onto. Okay. So last point. Number 3, everything is your fault. I mean, these 3 right here are closely correlated when we're talking about how discipline equals freedom. Because when you truthfully are 100% owning the things that happen in your life, then nobody could take that from you. Right? Like if you are truthfully looking yourself in the mirror and giving 100%, then nobody's going to be able to take your results from you. Like Casey, I know you could attest for that right now. Like you've been putting in the work, which is why you have fucking results. Like there are no accidents. Okay. So it's just like truthfully accepting that. So to recap, if we're talking about how discipline is freedom, we're talking about these 3 steps that are going to make sure that you implement these into your life that is going to help you see a tangible difference, right? Okay, breaking these down to 3. Number 1, taking full responsibility. Everything's your fucking fault. Number 2, stop playing the victim. Number 3, complete ownership. If you embody those traits every single day and you apply them to every aspect of your life, not just your fitness journey and your job, relationships, social events, regardless, you're trying to be that. I hate the word trying, but I say it all the time, but I'm working on that too as well. And my clients, we're working on that as well. Total commitment is freedom. If you guys take nothing else from this episode, understand that. Just giving 100%, like even in the small things of just like planning out a birthday or, just like putting together something with your friends, like just be the leader, take initiative, like don't be waiting for other people, because the more that you like step into that, you'll be surprised how much potential you truly have. And I hope that this inspires you to do that. So with that being said, that's all I have for you guys today. Appreciate you tuning in. If you got some value, let me know. Shoot me a message on whichever platform you're listening to this on. We'll see you in the next episode. Hope you have the best day of your entire motherfucking lives. Peace, love, and protein. Let's get it. Okay, that's it. We're going to end this here. Thank you guys. Short and sweet. You know the vibe.